Hi, and welcome back to Lizard Studios. Today, you are going to be starting to make a paper stained glass window. Ooh, what is a stained glass window? Well, I'm gonna also tell you what that is. And we're gonna talk about Antoni Gaudi, which was a very famous artist that also made some stained glass windows, okay? We're also going to work with rainbow colors. So you're gonna enjoy today's class. Now, let's get the materials out on the table. So today, you are going to need the following. You are going to need tissue paper. Yes, tissue paper is the one that is very thin, and we buy it by different colors, and it's very thin. You could actually see through it, okay? So this is tissue paper. You're gonna need a white piece of cardboard paper, all right? Because we're going to be painting and gluing on that. You're gonna need big scissors or little scissor for little hands. You're gonna need a piece of newspaper to put below your paper so you will not get your work, your table dirty. And you're gonna need a cup with water and a paintbrush, thick paintbrush this time. And you're also going to need the mixture of glue. Remember that I always add 1/3 of glue to 2/3 of water. So this much glue and this much water, okay? And what I do is I shake it, and then I have my mixture that I could use for many things, all right? So today I'm gonna use that mixture, all right? So I'm gonna take the top off so we get ready. All right, so today we are going to be looking at stained glass windows. Why stained glass windows? Because they're part of the art world. Many artists have made stained glass windows for many years. We find them in castles, and we find them in churches and cathedrals. Why? Because a long time ago, there was no air conditioning and there was no heater. So people were very cold or they were very hot, and they needed to keep the climate out and the light come into the buildings, okay? So what happens with stained glass windows? They let the light in many beautiful colors, okay? And the cold weather or the hot weather does not come in the room, okay? Or in the building. Another thing that artists did with stained glass windows was tell stories. They would tell stories in different stained glass windows in the same building. So when people will come in the building, they will look around and they would see the story. So let me show you how to begin today's work of art so you could have a stained glass window to put on your windows. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so let's get everything ready. The first thing that we're going to do is cut these tissue paper into smaller pieces. See, tissue paper comes really big. They're very big, just like this. They're like really big. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut some parts, some of the tissue paper. You see how I have here a rainbow? Well, I am going to keep it in that order. I'm actually going to put this one on the bottom here so it could all go from white all the way to black, but I'm not gonna use the black and white, okay? I'm just going to use from blue to green, as you see down here on the paper, okay? So that's what I'm going to use. So I am going to take the black and the white out, okay? I am going to take the blue back on here. Okay, I'm gonna keep everything together. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut, okay, I'm gonna cut just a little bit like this, okay? So I could have all the colors, just like that. I don't wanna waste too much paper. And then this one I could use for other projects. So I'm gonna put it down here, and I'm just gonna keep these colors here. The next thing you need to do is you need to put them in order, all right? Just like this. See what I did? I put the back to the front, and this one repeats. So I'm gonna take this one out. I'm not gonna cut extra paper for nothing, okay? So there we go. So now I have all of this tissue paper. what I need to do with all this tissue paper is cut them into little pieces. And I'm gonna start filling from the top to the bottom. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is cut them into little pieces. Let's see, okay? Just watch me as I cut them and put them into separate piles. They do not need to be, they don't need to be in the same size, okay? They could be different sizes, okay? And I'm gonna go to the next one and I'm gonna do this with all of them, okay? So just watch. Okay, so now that we have cut all the paper and we have them in different order, what we're gonna do is we're gonna begin from the top all the way to the bottom. And to do that, you have to measure more or less, okay, the number of colors that you have. So I'm gonna begin with yellow at the top, okay? So I'm just gonna put a paper down just like this. I'm gonna, just to measure, then I'm gonna put blue. Well, I think this, this green goes better here. I'm going to change the order of these two, okay? If you see that one of the greens, well, I'm not going to change it now, but I'm just going to use them backwards, okay? If you see that one of the orders is wrong, then you fix it, okay? A blue one, a dark blue, light blue, dark blue, medium blue, here, medium blue, here, dark blue, then purple, light purple, okay, I could use two. Pink. Let me see if everything fits. Dark pink. Red. Oh my goodness. Dark red. And I'm going to skip the dark red and I'm going to go straight to orange because if not, we're not going to have space. So let's see. So look at the colors that I have just put here. I'm going to keep them like that, and what I'm going to do is I am going to take some glue. Okay, some glue water, and I am going to start painting these down like this. I'm going to start in the middle, okay? Start in the middle. It has enough glue that it will stay down. Then the next ones I am going to put down, they don't have to be in order. They could be sideways like this. They could overlap. Overlap is when something is on top of the other. Okay, they can overlap just like this. You see, when something is on top of the other, in front of the other, or in back, okay, they're overlapping. I'm gonna put this blue here. This is a little bit messy on your fingers, but it's okay. You have to learn how to work with it, okay? So it's okay. I'm gonna put this purple here. Then I'm gonna put the pink down here. So now I have the whole entire colors. Well, I am going to take yellow and I'm going to fill up all the yellow. So I'm going to make like a line, just like this. See, they don't have to touch, they're overlapping. Okay, remember that word, overlapping. And I'm going to do a whole entire row of overlapping yellows, just like this. Overlapping yellows. You could put some glue water down first, like that in a row, and then you can start putting them on top, and then you pass the brush on top of it again. See, like that, they stay down, and you could work with it a little bit easier, see? Just like that. Okay? And now, what color do I need to do? Well, light green. So let's go to the light green. Watch me as I do this, okay? As you see, when you get the brush wet with the color you see here, the color kind of goes on your brush. So what you have to do is just paint around with that color, just like this. Paint all the little places. Then what you're gonna do is, see in the yellow, you could also make those yellow in there. If you paint on top of the yellow paint will come out, the stain, and it will all look really nice, okay? Then you wash it in your water, and then you go back to glue. All right, back to glue, and you make the next row of color. So let's do it. So now that we have finished putting all our tissue paper on our actual cardboard paper that we had before, the white one, we are going to let it dry, okay? We're gonna let it dry for next week. And next week, we're gonna be doing more technical work, okay? And we're gonna be putting the black part of the stained glass windows on our stained glass window, so you could finish it and you could put it up on your windows and let that beautiful light through, okay, and enjoy it. So let's review what we have done today, okay? First, we have talked about Antoni Gaudi, which was the very famous Spanish artist that started making the Sagrada Familia Cathedral, and in that cathedral there are many stained glass windows. If you ever visit, you will be able to see them. If not, you could visit any church or any castle that is near your house, and you will probably see stained glass windows, the real ones, that have been put on to let all that beautiful light inside the building, okay? To keep out the cold or the hot weather and make it a nice atmosphere in the inside, okay? So that's what we have done for today. Next week we will be finishing, so I will see you next week. Be good, take care of yourself, okay? And be nice and smile. So I'll see you. Bye bye.